Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be changing an alternator on this, I think 2012 or 2013, but it's also the same generation, Toyota Corolla. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to take this shield, or this is called the beauty cover, the terminals on the battery. That's going to have to be the negative. Never disconnect the positive by itself. If you disconnect in the positive, you got to disconnect both, which kind of defies the purpose. Alright, next order of business is removing this. This did not want to come off at first. There we go. Just need a little persuasion. And this is going to be a 10 millimeter. Cool. Disconnect this. Cool. Have another 10 millimeter right here. I have to take that one off, but I can't even take it off. Needs a low profile. I have my low profile, but I can just, you see this little lever that keeps it in place? Just do that, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so this is the kind of alternator that has a built-in tensioner. So for that, we'll have to unbolt this 12 millimeter right here. So let's grab 12. Fortunately, I don't have a short 12. I lost it, but this should do well. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and unbolt this. If you have an electric ratchet, that will make your life quadruply easier. Especially a fully charged one with the juiced up battery. Okay, now the next thing we're gonna do is get the 12 millimeter again and go counterclockwise, just basically untightening on this one. More than enough. Now if you want to go ahead and memorize the pattern of your belt, you won't really be able to see it on camera, but the customer asked me to check the condition of the belt. It looks fine to me, just a little brownish. There's no cracks. Usually brown means it's been through everything, but it is what it is. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to get a shorter 12. All right. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is remove this tensioner bolt. Well, this is the tensioner bracket, and this is the tensioner bracket bolt. So, just come at it at an angle. You can definitely use a short socket. I like to use the angled one because it's just a little tricky over here. Oh, we forgot to unbolt completely. Should have completely unbolted this one, but it doesn't matter. It can be done now. You can put this one with this, keep this one right here, keep it with this one so you don't mix them up, and that's pretty much it. All you gotta do is just that was my socket, and then just wiggle it up and down, up and down, up and down. Make sure you don't hit this, because once it comes out, it's gonna like jolt right at you. Cool. Alright, so you can totally, if you want, swap this right here. So that way when you're putting this, it'll just have a place to clip. Alright, so this is the new alternator. You go ahead and get out of here. Go ahead and swap this. Dude, what is this? Right. Oops. A little angled, but there you go. Let's take this. Alright, so first thing you're gonna have to do is take this nut off. You can definitely reuse the OEM one. The new one is just as good as the OEM. And then it won't, you won't have to fight it to put it in, because this rivet or this sliding nut has already been recessed all the way. That's how they make them, so that way when you tighten it, it grips on. But when you're putting it and it's brand new, you don't have to worry about any of that. Freaking things in the way. Don't force anything or break nothing. If you have to force anything, that means you're doing something wrong, and that is not supposed to happen. Here we go. See how it fit? Now we're gonna take this and put it all the way in here. Okay. Now we're just gonna use the 14mm to drive it in a little bit. That's good enough. It's not tight, but it still has room for play. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and put this one back. So I will tell you how to tie in this one. You can definitely follow the co-witness right here, but that's a little bit tricky if you don't know how to do that. So what you should do is come over here. Oops. Make sure this one looks. Alright, so make sure this ear is in here, and you align the bolt with the hole, or with the thread hole on the alternator, which is in right now. Take this, get your 12. Okay, now before you do on any of that, you need to put the belt back on the pulley if it came off. If it didn't, just leave it the way it was. Just a little annoying when it comes off. It's gonna bother you a little bit. Okay, now it's on completely. So now you can do this, and obviously don't tighten anything yet. Huh. Oh, funny. Why is it like that? Okay, feels like it's tight enough. Feels like somebody bent this, not gonna lie to y'all. Okay, feels like it's tight enough. Now we can tie in this. Okay, now we can tie in the lower. Okay, now this is obviously not tight yet, so what you need to do, if you don't have enough space, you can get something like this, just a very short extension, and put it down there. You can definitely see the socket. I'm gonna get my camera closer. And you can tighten it by hand. I'm not sure what the torque spec is. I just usually just tighten it by hand to feel when it just bottoms out, and sliding nut slides all the way in and grips on it. Oops. That's good enough. All right. You can totally do the top. Oops. I think my 12mm is still down there, isn't it? Oops. Just use this one for now. Get that one later. I don't know how strong the ratchet is, but still needs to be tightened a little bit. Okay. Belt is a little too tight, but it's okay. It's not as tight as I think it is. So now, after you're done with everything, now you can tighten this, because those will put it in the exact position it needs to be without putting strain on any of the sides. That's it. Yeah, There we go. Now we can put this where it belongs. Plug this in, put this in there, take this over here. Now you want to be careful. An electric ratchet will actually mess that up. It should be at 10 foot-pounds, but I know my hand force or my hand torque, and I know when to stop. So this is rated at 10 foot-pounds. Don't go more than that. Okay, it is perfect now. I'm just not sure if the battery has enough power. Alright, so we're all packed up. I'm not going to put the beauty cover yet, just because I just want to see how everything is running. Alright, let's see if the car has enough power to start the motor. Oh, it does. Okay, so first time it might actually turn off. There we go. Perfect. Why don't you look at that? That's good. Delta's good. Everything looks good. You do have the option of cleaning the throttle body if you want. Sometimes when you disconnect the battery for a while and connect it back, the throttle body resets to a certain position, and then it becomes a little bit sluggish on stops because it just readjusts back, ignoring all of the carbon buildup. So I would definitely recommend cleaning it, especially that's right in front of you. So I'm actually go ahead and do that. I'm not gonna put it on video. It's not part of the job. But if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. But that's pretty much it for how you do a alternator on this specific generation of the Toyota Corolla. I'll make sure to include everything down below. Thank you for watching. See you later.